that is not a comfortable setting. Good morning. What do I have? Oh, my sweater. No. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday, guys. How's everyone doing? It's Thursday. We're so close to the first day of fall. I'm here for it. We're in the 80s still, but you could tell the seasons are changing. Not only by like the leaves and whatnot, but there's this crisp, like this crisp, cool air. Now, what I don't like is that since I get headaches sometimes off of the pressure in the environment, like what's going on in the environment or whatever, I yesterday my hip and my head was screaming. Like I could tell that hurricane has landed. Like the pressure is real, and I guess as when it starts moving its way up, I'm gonna feel it. Yeah, Yvonne, it's like a crisp, like fall feel, and I haven't got it. I don't really haven't really said spooky season yet because it's been 80 degrees, and there's only thing spooky about that is it's 80 degrees in September. But we're getting into that middle part, and Maryland's really cool because I love Maryland. I'm not gonna lie, I love all 4 seasons. I love it when it's hot. Well, no, rewind. I love it when it's cold, lukewarm, and crisp. But this summer I actually enjoyed it a lot and it was hot. So it could be that so far 2024 really been putting myself out there like with teaching and going to different places and I realized how lucky we were, like, when, we did Wizardly Stitchery. By the way, keep them in your prayers because they're in Louisiana, and if you follow them on Facebook, she's posting everybody, um, like, updates. So we were in Texas for the Wizardly Stitchery, and that heat and humidity was so different than anything have ever expected. And it was really funny because the moment I landed in Maryland, we're still wearing sweaters and hoodies because it was like in May-ish. We're still like so it was I had like a permanent mustache sweat. Like it was like permanent. And anyone that went to Wizardly Stitchery seen it. I yeah, I looked like I had awesome skin because I was sweating nonstop. So my pores were pretty damn clear. So, um, my hair loved Texas though. So, but it was funny because it just if you look at like the opening day of Wizardry Stitchery in like if there's a photo from the last day, my hair gets bigger each day. So that was really fun. And then in Illinois, it was really funny because the first few days of Illinois, it was like in April. So it was like kind of really cool. That last day, that Sunday, it was like 80 something degrees with like 90 something percent humidity. I was like, I'm literally dying. And so I realized that having all 4 seasons in Maryland is pretty cool because we don't really have extreme hots or extreme colds. We're just like just right. Now don't get me wrong, Arnetta could tell you that when we do get it, like Snowmageddon, anyone that lives in the Delmarva area, you know about Snowmageddon. And we all kind of secretly fear each year that it doesn't happen that year, that the next year is going to be horrible. Like it's in the histories that like at least once or twice every 10 years there is a snowstorm that will will put us on the charts. And then the thing is that Maryland is not equipped for it. Like there's only each county only has so many snow trucks and salt trucks and all that stuff like that. So I'm very blessed. I live by a John Hopkins and I live by 2 schools as well. So we our paths are pretty clear. The only issue we have is that we live in the cul-de-sac and our cul-de-sac is kind of at a divot because we live on a hill. So when it snows really bad or rains really bad, it floods in this like small little creek when it freezes over, it is horrible trying to pull out of that area. Like it is absolutely horrible. Like you want no one behind you to guide you because it's just, you're gonna be slipping and sliding. So it's one of those things. Oh, 90 to 100, right? See, Yvonne, like when you go to one area, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you appreciate where you come from because I'm telling you that Wizardly Stitchery, I had Shannon could tell you, I had a permanent sweat mustache, and I was like, my hair just kept getting bigger. I was like, damn, everything does get bigger in Texas. I liked it though. My hair was like on point. Like if you have curly hair, Texas might be your place because it has so much moisture in that part of the area that we were in that my hair was just thriving. Like I didn't have to do very much to it. But I did have a sweat mustache, just like bam. And after day one, I stopped wiping it. I was just like, I'll wash my face in the morning, I'll wash it at night. And if it gets really bad, I'll wash it on a break. But man, permanent sweat mustache. Oh yes. Yes, Margie. Like not a threat. Shannon does really good bag patterns. Um so today I need to do one more strike. And it's like going to be, I think, retail for something that you guys already seen, but I was going to make it live. I was going to do another Erica Bowler bag. Okay, because it's Ring of Power today, and I am all about Lords of the Rings. So I showed you guys that beautiful fabric I have. I think I have a good vinyl, and I think I'm gonna cut out an Erica Bowler and then hop on and just sew with you guys. And if you have questions or whatever, we can go have that. But that's like my go-to bag to sew. I don't have to remember any of the measurements or anything because I think after the 50th one, I stopped counting how many I've made. um, it feels weird. There's certain bags if I don't make within a month, I feel like something's off. That's definitely one of them. And I think honestly, uh I honestly feel like the Rowena Minimalist might be on that too. So ever since I made the Rowena uh with the Lord of the Rings emblem engraved in it, I have been getting blown up on IG for another bag. So I don't know. I know, Arnetta, but when it does happen out here, it's like, damn. Snowmageddon. Just look it up. Just put Snowmageddon and put DC, Maryland, and you will see, like, oh my God. When we do get it out here, it is the nor'east. And like, I never even knew snowstorms were real until I lived out here. I was like, oh, that's all fake. No, that is the most terrifying thing because it's extra. Because especially if there's like a layer of white powder laying down. Everything's extremely bright and it's like terrifying. You're just like, please God, make me a bird so I can fly far away from here. If you know, you know that. If you know what that is, you know. If you don't, I can't help you. You need to get into your movie knowledge. It's like a really popular movie back in this 90, never mind. So okay, let's see. You decided to finally watch it. Did you catch all the way up? I told you the first season is super, super slow. It is like slow. But this season, the way every episode has been really good, as well as the way they left last week. I almost punched somebody because I was like, you cannot leave me on a cliffhanger. I kind of okay, Amazon, if you're listening, you probably are because you're like Elon Musk and all that stuff, and you're hooked up to our phone because we could say paper and all of a sudden it's on our feed and Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. So hear me out. You brought back something that I haven't had in a long time. My favorite part about being a kid was TGIF. My favorite thing about being about kid is waiting for Hey Dude or Doug or Rocco's Modern Life, the new episodes to drop on Friday. And I would wait patiently and talk to my friends at school and on the phone about the next episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch or something along those lines. So that's fast forward the last past 10 years as we had cell phones and we have streaming services. We don't even have regular TVs anymore. Like, you really think about the stretch of time of 20 years of how much we evolved. Like, I was watching, my sister told me to watch American Top Model, like season 3, and they were talking about Motorola two-way pagers, and they're like, "Oh my god, it has internet," and I almost fell out because it's surreal what has happened in the last 20 years. But one thing is when Netflix and all these other show TV programs came out, they just drop all the seasons, so we binge watch. We'll watch all these episodes in one sitting and go because 'cause we're spoiled. We're super spoiled. But with that goodness, we forgot about patience. It was a weird lesson in it on itself. Waiting to watch the next episode of Family Matters or Full House and understanding that we may not get information that if it's a new episode next week or if it's going to be a rerun. Patience is something I guess I learned a little bit and never really paid attention to until I this last episode of Ring of Power last week. It had me screaming, acting like a two-year-old, and I was like, "Oh, why can't they have all the season?" But at the same time, I was hyped. I was hyped. Like, I am so ready for this episode tonight. I got like, I'm drinking the cold press green today, but I got cold pressed strawberries. I got pineapple. Well, I'm only having a little piece of pineapple. I got pineapples. I got peaches. I'm gonna eat my fruits and drink my drinks and really enjoy and get enthralled into the next hour of Lords of the Rings. So for that, Amazon, I gave you props. You did a really good job. You put a lot of money into these episodes. Each episode looks like it could be a movie on itself. And I appreciate the fact that you're bringing back patience and anticipation. Disney Plus does that too. Agatha comes out on the 18th with the first two episodes, and they do that. I can honestly tell you, I waited uh a year for each one of the Mandalorians because I would get upset for not the. But when Moon Knight came out, I waited patiently for each episode. I waited patiently for each episode for WandaVision. I am here for Agatha. I think by doing that, it makes us have. I feel like we forget that it when we stream it all at once, they don't get the ratings like they do um if you watch it like one every day or whatever. A lot of people are like, why are my favorite shows canceled? Because a lot of people are streaming them all in one day. So they'll get the spike for one day. But if there's 10 episodes, they don't get that 10 episode spikes to show that people are really into it and they need to renew it. It's like a weird catch 22. I was listening to another YouTuber talk about it and how like I was talking to another YouTuber about acolytes and they were saying that when it first came out, it was getting really bad reviews. And then by the last episode, I guess it was such a surge in nobody watching it to everybody and their mama watching it on the last day of the season that it went from having like a 3 on IMDb to like an 8. But because no one watched it for like the 8, 10 episodes that they had before the season finale, they're not renewing it. And I feel like people are not remembering that as a kid, uh, us sitting down watching our program when it's scheduled, um, is how they were able to renew shows. So I tell my kids the same thing with music. Like if you like a song, you stream the whole album the whole day, but continue to please put it in your shop, like not Shopify, your Spotify and all that stuff like that, because how they get money is by points and how people get listened. If you have a favorite artist and they're not on the top 100, is it because you listened to the song once or you didn't download the song properly? There's a million reasons. So just pay attention to that. That was my soapbox for you today. Oh, good. Okay, you already know I want those. I cannot wait for the zipper sides. I am here for that. I think that is such an elegant twist. I know you made a choice, and that's the first step. I'm telling you, like that's the first step. It's a good thing. It's good. It's not Peter Jackson, and I think that's what I should. If I can rewind and tell Shinova from a year or two ago when they watched Ring of Power, do not expect Peter Jackson. Do not expect it. This person, whoever is writing it, he's they. I don't know if it's a female or a male or a pilot team. They're doing a good job. They're basically setting this up for the start of The Hobbit. So it's good. And you kind of get a little more backstory with halflings and all that stuff like that. Like it's kind of cool because you understand there's like cuz Gandalf and all the hobbits, all the Lords of the Rings, he always mentions how he's the how like the halflings are always like hobbit folks are always the ones that surprises him the most out of every being he knows out there, and you kind of see why, and I kind of like that because it's important. How and on average, how many bags do you make a month? Over 30? No pineapple. Okay, so I I'll try it. I can't make any promises. My husband got one. I'll just check like a small little slice. I don't think it's fair. Like, why would you make me allergic to the most delicious fruit in the world? Like, that is some, that's some bull spit. Oh, Only Murder I've only seen 1 season of that, I need to get into that. That was so good. The first season was really good. I think Selena Gomez is a very talented actress, and then having Martin Short and Steve oh my god, I have a crush on him too, and I can't his name is drawing I have a crush on him because like, I used to watch, Little Shop of Horrors. I thought I was gonna be on the Broadway. I wanted to be Audrey, but, I used to sing all of, Steve Martin's songs. I thought he was so hot. Like, he was so hot. Yeah, little fun fact about Shinova. And to this day, when I watch Little Shop of Horrors on TV, I'm like, "You're swinging still, Steve Martin." And he's so talented. Have you heard him sing? Holy crap, that man is so talented. So talented. So he does go up in my Shinova's over 60s that she I would look twice if they were like, let's just have one night together. I have a weird list too. I have funny people. I love Jack Black. I'm weirdly attracted to him too. I think I'm attracted to people that make me laugh. If you make me laugh, I think the world is so cold and sometimes so mean that if someone's able to spark a little bit of light into someone's life, it can make all the difference in the world. So I think I'm a yes, great banjo player. But yeah, I'm attracted to Steve Martin. I'm not afraid to say it. And my key moment is I know he is not the greatest character in Little Shop of Horrors, but come on. If you watch it, you know when he starts singing about becoming a dentist, you know the words. You're sitting in there and you're singing it, and you're like probably moving your hand to your face like you have the laughing gas. Like, yeah. Ah, to be a kid again. You predate the internet. Yeah, like I'm just saying, like just when you like a show, really watch it and tell people because they are like eliminating shows left and right. And you can see they put a lot of money in production and it's just off of something that there'll be like a huge binge of something and it just like the world watched it and then the world just forgot about it. And then when there's not a season 2, they're like, "Why does Netflix always do that?" Or "Why does Amazon do that?" Well, it's really simple. The shows that are in syndication or the shows that do a weekly thing show higher results than when they drop them all at one time. You see Netflix trying to dabble with it. They had something called like Moon, and one part came out last year and the other part came out in April this year. It's because of we got they kind of burned themselves when they drop all the episodes at once because nobody is doing the things that they used to do. Like the movie stars are doing what they're doing for the movies, like they go on the interviews, they go whatever, but the TV stars used to do the same thing as movie stars. They would have like a whole PR thing, and it's just like, "Oh, Emily in Paris? Oh, yeah, they started a new season 2 weeks ago, but everybody's seen it and no one's watching it now." So, syndication is I think the reason why they're bringing it back is because you can get accurate numbers. I know. Oh my god, Io, that is Kendall's. He'll be like, "The force of the fist is gonna get you. Turn left." Yeah, Kendall was like, I didn't. He Kendall is funny. He likes Jack Black as Kung Fu Panda, right? But he was like, I like Jack Black. Like I listen to his music. He's part of my Spotify. Like him and Kimball's More Than Words rendition is to me better than the original album. So, but like Jack Black has a really talented voice, and he has a really extremely interesting story. Like his mom was like a genius. Like she worked in NASA, and like as she was giving birth to Jack Black, they were like calling her trying to get figures and things like that, numbers and all that stuff like that because she's a genius. So like he literally comes from like a well educated background, and his talent and how he can make you laugh. And like the thing is that if you were to see him on the street, you probably would never even look twice at him. It is when someone's personality goes so hard that you are like, you are beautiful because you're so talented. That's a whole different other level of respect and admiration, you know? Love me some Jack Black. I also love me some Adam Sandler's. I know it's controversy, but anytime Adam Sandler's and Drew Barrymore in a movie, I'm like, I can marry Adam Sandler. Let's see. Yeah, the Christmas. I see somebody today when I went to the grocery store. They had all these huge pumpkins, and I was just like, I want a white pumpkin. And Kendall was like, yeah, can we wait until October 1st? I'm like, I am so ready to decorate my house and all Halloween stuff. You have no idea. Like, I'm like, come on. He's like, it's still summer until the 22nd. And I'm like, I'm just it's time. So then me and my middle daughter have a plan that we're gonna watch all claymation movies starting October 1st. And we're gonna start off with The Simpsons, one of the Halloween specials they did, Coraline. So we're gonna start off with that, and we're gonna do all claymations like box trolls and whatever. We have like weird stuff, and Halloween is big in our house, like weirdly, like, and it's so funny because my husband comes from a family where Halloween's not a big thing, but I was looking at the memory photos. He's always a trooper. Like there was when I was going through my bad cocoa thing and I had all like the flowers and everything, and I painted Kendall's face as like the Day of the Dead, and he's just sitting there watching football. Like it is like the best photo in the world. Like you have no idea. Because you could tell that he's only doing it because he wants to make a happy wife, right? But my kids are all dressed up and I'm taking pictures and he's looking at football, clicking through the thing, and there's like video, and the kids are like, yeah, your face look cool. And my nephews were here too. And it was like the most hilarious thing because I'm trying to explain Dia de la Muertes to them and explain to them how in Spain, how we celebrate this and like the day of the witch, the day of everything, right? And you could just see my husband, he's like, he lets me paint his face. He's not like, nah, I'm not going to do it. He's doing it. It's just that he's looking at me like, if I wasn't in love with you, I probably would murder you. It's just funny. Box Trolls is so underrated. Is so underrated. That it is amazing. So we're gonna do a claymation, um, a whole claymation, and then we're gonna do our we always do every year all the Simpsons Halloweens. We do that every year. So that's what we usually do. So I'm really, really excited for that. And we always do Bob's Burgers because for our favorite animation for Halloween is Bob's Burgers, hands down. Like that's our show. That's like me and Hope's favorite show. So yep, that's it. That's all I have for you today. So I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut out this Lord of the Ring because I'm in my Lord of the Ring spirit. And once I'm done cutting it out, I'll go live. I'm hoping I can go live between 10 or 11 so that way the mailman doesn't come and the dogs go ham because whenever the mailman comes, my dogs do not care. I also need to go up there and marinate this chicken real quick so that way I can cook it later on this evening. So those are the 2 things I gotta do. So I hope everyone has a really awesome day today. If I don't see you on the live, it's cool. Stay whimsical, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.